Hey YouTube, this is the Unexpected Wonder, and I'm here this time to give my top 5 favorite movies, obviously of all time. At least this is current, up to date, what it is and what it ain't. Alright. Now, this isn't just okay. When I made this list of my top 5, these movies weren't just because the most enjoyed movies I ever had, because I do enjoy probably some movies more than I enjoy some of these, but each of these movies, see why something makes my favorite. It changed, at least in some form, the perception I had of life. Even if it was, I had a general feel, it made me in some way a better person. Okay. So there you go. And also with each of these movies, I'm going to give 3 reasons why I love the movie so much. Alright, so here I go. My 5th favorite movie of all time, The Dark Knight. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the 2nd movie of the most recent Batman trilogy. Let me tell you, when I first saw this movie in the theaters, I believe I was with my oldest brother. And dude, this movie was mind-blowingly good. If you have not seen it, you've got to see it. Even if you aren't a Batman fan, I suggest you see this movie, because let me tell you, this movie is so in-depth and multi-layered psychologically. I mean, it's got action. It has something for everybody. The only problem it could possibly have is if you at times it's a little slow, I guess you could say. I mean, I enjoy that, but it doesn't have action like, say, Transformers or whatever. But here are my 3 reasons. My first reason for why I love The Dark Knight so much: the Joker. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger, who unfortunately died shortly before the movie was released. His dude, Heath Ledger, epitomized what the Joker should be. Nobody has played it better, and nobody will play the Joker better. It has never been presented. He finally put out there in the media exactly what I imagined the Joker to be. The Joker is a true psychopath. Now, a lot of people throw around the word psychopath, they don't even know what it means. I suggest you look it up. Look up really what a psychopath is. Okay? He was insane, yet he was a genius. He was ruthless, but he wasn't totally crazy. He wasn't totally chaotic. He had a method to his madness. And what it was with a psychopath, he didn't allow the world to change it. He changed the world. He made a lasting impression. Even though he's a fictional character, he is still the Joker himself. Has left a lasting impression on our culture, society, and all that. Okay? And also with the Joker, the beauty about the Joker with Batman, they balance each other out. Batman needs the Joker. Joker needs Batman. He even said it. Beautiful line in that one. Kill you? I don't want to kill you. You complete me. They keep each other in line from not going too far either one way. Batman from becoming too ruthless. Joker from totally losing his mind. Let me just put it that way. So they balance each other out. Second reason, every character that is memorable, represented, in some fashion. You had Lucius, Rachel, all of them, Alfred. All of them played an equal important role in that movie. I love it when everybody gets equality in that facet. Even though you have a protagonist, antagonist, you have your main characters. Even the secondary characters. Secondary characters are just as important. And that also the thing I love about Batman itself. The villains make Batman. The other characters are so vital to something, because it's reality. In reality, because even if you have a great man, great woman, there's others that come alongside and make that person who it is. And the third reason, it showed what humanity is really all about. How easily, when they talk about criminal and good no, morality. None of us, what does scripture say? The Bible says, no one is righteous, no, not one. Every person can do evil easily. Some lists takes a little bit harder, but if you give somebody the right motive, they can perform evil, and pretty much every person can do good. This whole non-conscious stuff, we know, but somebody loses their conscience, I don't buy that. So yeah, there's that. Let me move on. Number 4, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I've not seen the other, and I still haven't, the two Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen them, the old one nor the new one, and I'll probably get around to seeing them. But as a chronological guy, as I've said in previous videos, I enjoy, knowing from the beginning. And this movie did not disappoint. I'm glad I went to the theaters. I appreciate it. Now, I did miss a bit of the beginning, but let me tell you the 3 reasons why I loved it. First of all, it was a bildungsroman, a coming of age, but it was also an evolution. Caesar, the main character, and he eventually became at the end, he could speak. He evolved, like, his character, who he was. Even though he was a chimpanzee, a primate, it mirrored humanity. It mirrored the growth of a young person. It really did. I love that in a protagonist, that I can relate to. Then the second thing, it was realistic. It wasn't too bloody, wasn't too gory, but it was a realistic liberation story. Because let's be honest, the primates, they were oppressed and enslaved. Let's just leave it at that. It's the truth. If you hadn't seen the movie, please see the movie. It is phenomenally done. I wouldn't obviously I wouldn't have it for a young kid. But and the third point, like just the psychological depth. I can't even really get into it. I probably have to do a whole thing on it. But just the depth of the movie, like each character, like seriously, it was whoa. Each primate had their own little something. So it showed the truth about individualism. Like each person, each being has its own little. That's the way we were created. That's the way we are. We're each a little bit different from the next. And that little difference may be the whole change. Now it's background and everything. But even when you take background and everything aside, each of us are a little bit different. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of life. Each of us are a little bit different. It's like no two snowflakes are the same. The third movie, Law Abiding Citizen. Now my older brother, okay, he's like, yo, because the way I talked about The Dark Knight, y'all saw how that was. He's like, yo, bro, you've got to see Jamie Foxx's Law Abiding Citizen. Now, to me, Jamie Foxx definitely wasn't my favorite character. It was actually the sort of antagonist to Jamie Foxx. I don't know. To me, he was, I don't know. I preferred him. Now, some may say he was going too far at the end, but let me tell you my 3 reasons. First of all, I'm gonna get this one out the way. Justice. It was about justice. What is just and what is unjust. It shared a common thing with One Piece. One of the things of One Piece is whoever's in power determines what is just. And each generation, how they execute justice is relative to each generation's philosophy. Okay? That's what I love. What is just and what is unjust. The second reason I love it, morality. Morality, it is, even though it is black and white, because society corrupts it. Society corrupts morality. Humans corrupt what is moral, and they change it, and there's a lot of gray area in life. And that's what I love it. And the third point, there's a lot of points I can make, but these are just the huge ones that really stuck out. The third point, which should have been my first, I just forgot about it. My third point is one man. How one man giving the right skills, giving enough time and energy and thought, and giving the right motivation. This time it was vengeance, which I loved. I'm about vengeance. Vengeance is different from revenge, and I may explain that in a different video. He was bringing a system to his knees. He almost made a system collapse. One man now. And that shows the truth, because people think people don't matter. Everybody has a part to play. Think about this. If you had 1 million individuals, what do you have? You have a nation. If you have 25, 50, 75,000 individuals join together in their arm, you have what? Some may say militia, an army. Every individual matters. Every individual has a huge role to play. Some more, you could say more important, whatever. But every individual has a niche, has an important role. an important role to play. And if you do something wrong to the right one that's got everything together, even one individual can be dangerous more than you can possibly believe. Alright, second favorite movie, 12 Angry Men. I finally finished watching it last night. Dude, I first saw it, I had heard about it when I was a kid, and I first saw it when my English Comp 1 professor, she showed it for multiple reasons in our English class. We saw the first 30 to 45 minutes. I fell in love with the movie. Let me tell you, this movie, it's a must-see. Now, it's from 1957, but it doesn't matter. Must-see. I believe it was a book and a play, whatever. 12 Angry Men is a must-see. It is timeless, a classic. Anyway, why do I love it? It's my three. First and foremost, the subject of reasonable doubt. Now, I definitely probably will do a video on about reasonable doubt. You know, plausible cause. You know, reasonable doubt. Especially in, say, a murder case, or, you know, especially a first-degree murder. You know, it was premeditated. Reasonable doubt. If there is any reasonable doubt, you can't claim as somebody guilty. You have to be 100% sure, or pretty close to 100%, because you're playing with somebody. It's kind of playing life and death here. Okay. The second point. The logic behind the movie. Oh my goodness, I loved it so much, because using logic to deduce, logical reasoning to deduce what is true, what is facts from fiction, finding out what is, you know, putting the facts. What is facts? It begged a lot of questions. It was a lot of philosophy behind that movie, and a lot of psychology. I loved it, and I'm telling you, if you were an adult, dude, any adult would love this movie. And if you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you. And thirdly, the themes. I mean, human fallibility. You know, humans can make mistakes. You know, the whole thing about, again, it was about justice. The thing about prejudice. How prejudice, oh my goodness, how prejudice you know, it clouds our judgment. It makes our it makes us our decision making. It changes our motivations determine our decision making. You know, a lot of people don't think about stuff like that, but it's true. The motivations of an individual are huge. And let me get to my number one favorite movie of all time, Breakfast Club. No, it's from the 80s, but doesn't matter. Breakfast Club. If you ain't seen it, now it ain't for everybody. I ain't gonna lie. It does say, it does have some profanity, whatever, blah blah blah. But let's get real. It's about teenagers. It's pretty much the epitome. It's better than anything else, pretty much, I've ever seen when in discussion of teenagers, and one of the best of life in general, yo. You know, I could talk on ends probably 30 minutes to an hour, but I ain't gonna do that. My 3 points, and they're gonna be quick. First of all, how do I say this? It showed that how society labels an individual is way off from usually what the individual is. Society's label versus what the individual is. Second point, and this kind of changed my mind and made me thinking, it's like, yeah, pretty much all teenagers are the same. We're each different. Don't get me wrong. You've heard what I said about individualism. But as far as the teenagers, the way they think, how they act, we all pretty much act the same. We all pretty much are the same. So we're on common ground. And thirdly, the experiences and the backgrounds we come from have, oh my goodness, they determine who we are. In many ways, they're not the full determiner, but they are one of the major motivations. The whole nature versus nurture, old archaic argument, I say it's both, you know, but nurture plays huge a part as nature. Yo, every movie, again, The Dark Knight, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Law-Abiding Citizen, 12 Angry Men, Breakfast Club, my top 5 in that order. Check them all out. They're amazing. Alright, y'all. This is The Unexpected Wonder. Peace. Have a good day. Like, subscribe, comment. Have a